Hello and welcome to another Wilderness Tamed video. This was a nightmare. School pond, North Tyneside. Groups of staff, volunteers, parents, a corporate group helped out as well. 3 days of solid digging to unearth these 3 massive ash tree root plates that had been felled years ago because of dieback but hadn't had the stumps ground out. It's just absolutely horrendous digging. I think I broke several volunteers and members of staff, but then we got this. This thing was a beast. Took some manoeuvring to get it on site, but once it got going, wow, it was epic. But it still took 2 full days of working it to get rid of all the tree stumps. The headmaster initially suggested he wanted something resembling a bird's footprint sort of profile to the pond. But I think if you took drone footage of this, it would actually look like Godzilla had just wandered past. So as I'd broken so many volunteers from the staff and parents, I was on my own at this point. But the digging was, well, it wasn't super easy, but it was easier than trying to hack through massive stumps. So I had a fun day with a laser spirit level, getting the top of the bund absolutely exact, apart from a little dip at the heel at the back as an outflow. So you're probably asking yourself, what's the idea of the bund? Well, it's genius. And it was suggested by the head. It allows the kids to safely access the pond without standing on the top edge. They kneel down on the outside of the bund, resting their elbows on the top of the bund, and then they can safely pond dip with their little nets in the water, which will be just about at the top of the bund when it's full. You'll see that later on. And it's just a nice way of sort of getting a lot of kids around the pond safely without the risk of them falling in. As I've said, they will be sort of strictly told not to stand on top of the bund, and they'll be supplied with little kneeling pads, and they can all gather around the outside. And that was part of the reason for the 3 toes, is to maximise the overall perimeter so you can get 30 children comfortably around the pond without them elbowing each other in the ears and sticking fishing rods in their each other's eyes and things. So yeah, it's all nice, safe and easy access. So then obviously the next step, get the underfelt put in place, get the liner dragged in over the top, another layer of felt over the top of the liner, and then we're going to use these things to keep the bund in place, reinforce the ground a bit, and put some soil on top, and we're good to go. Godzilla's footprint is complete. Now we just need some rain. When is it ever going to rain? So after weeks without rain, we finally had a brief shower over a weekend. As you can see, it's put a little bit of water into the bottom of the pond. The damp edge around it is the surrounding soil leaching water out. But at least it allowed me to get in some of the deep water, the lilies, oxygenators, broadleaf pondweed, and I think I put in some flowering rush. Latin name Gedius Leus. So we kept our fingers crossed for more rain, and then we had more rain. But it's still like super dry year, ridiculously hot and dry. Anyway, got a boatload of plants to put in, so I'll clag them in around the sides. There's marginals, there's surface cover stuff, some more emergent things, just to make a nice display. And at the end of all that, I'll scatter some pond edge seed mix around the top of the bund to help that green up and look as natural as possible. And the next and final visit was in November to see it all established and give a bit of a leaf clean and cut down some of the vegetation. Staff, pupils and myself delighted with how the pond looks now that it's full of water and it's greened up and the plants are establishing really well. I've had several more schools contacting me wanting ponds putting in their grounds, so I shall be hopefully posting more videos, perhaps not with such extreme digging conditions, but hey, you never know. But I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope it's inspired you to put your own pond in, and if you are in a school in the northeast, please get in touch and I'll be happy to help you in any way I can. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please give a thumbs up and a like and subscribe. That helps me massively and I really, really appreciate it.